we go. All right, everybody, we are doing the new Unfranchise owner training with Market America and shop.com this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Heidi Gruss, and I am going to give you the foundation of our business so that you can be successful as a new Unfranchise owner. So in our business, we use a lot of acronyms. We are each UFOs in this business. What does that mean? It means we're an unfranchised owner. We make sure that you complete the NUOT, the B5, and the ECCT. What are those? Those are 3 of our required trainings to make sure that every single unfranchised owner in this business has the basic fundamentals to be able to duplicate our system and support the people they sponsor into the business. So I'm not going to go through all these acronyms. You can screenshot this if you need to, or you can actually find all of these slides in the unfranchisetraining.com business building section of our resources there. But what's really important to talk about with regard to the acronyms is that we know when to use them and when not to use them. So when we're talking to prospects, right, we're not using our acronyms because these letters don't mean anything to them. However, when we're talking internally to each other about things, we may shorten up our lingo to reference, what it is we're referring to, right? So the 3 required trainings right here, you want to make sure that you're doing within your first year of the business. And that's really to make sure that you've got a really thorough understanding of our core principles and then all of our also our processes and procedures to duplicate this business. And so once you've established yourself as an executive coordinator, that means that you've sponsored enough people into this business where you now have some significant responsibility on you to make sure that you are bringing them along in the business just like your senior leader has been doing. And how often should you do these trainings? I'm going to tell you right now, I listen to the basic 5 over and over and over again, okay? You can find these trainings broken down typically by Jim Winkler, Dennis Franks, even Lisa Martin has some presentations on YouTube or through our Unfranchise Media app. I listen to these all the time because really, if you are living, breathing, embracing the basic 5, then you really are living this business. So the more you do them, the more you pick up every time you hear them, and then the more effective you are at not only building your business, but also supporting your team members. The other piece here is your tickets are your education, okay? So just like in my full-time job as a therapist, the state requires that I do continuing education every year to earn my CEU credits to maintain my license. It's the same thing in our business. If you want to maintain your PIN level, continue to grow and create that residual income, then you want to make sure that you're investing in this business. Our next major event is actually coming up in February. We're all headed down to Miami to our World Conference. And if you need a ticket still for this event, I would contact a senior partner ASAP. They are limited. We actually were selling tickets yesterday to this event. I know from within our team, we have many members going, which just gets me so excited because this was the game changer for our business when we purchased 20 tickets to Miami last year, and we brought 20 of our partners down to Miami. That was a major game changer. So if you're at all thinking that this business is going to generate a nice lucrative residual income cash flow for you, then you're going to be in Miami, no questions asked. Here are some business tools and websites that I also want you to be aware of. So some tools that you received in your kit, right? We get you all of those getting started materials. We give you a flip chart, okay? That's the Unfranchised business presentation in a nice glossy magazine. I bring this around with me. I have one always in my tote. just in case there's an opportunity to talk about the business, like when I was sitting in Sprint for 4 hours the other day with my broken cell phone. The same is true. You can have a product catalog on hand. Some people like to look at them. Our annual report is published every year. If people are looking for the financials and they are a potential partner, get them the financials. We are a transparent company. So anytime somebody asks me for something, I put it in their hands. I want them to know we have those resources available. There's a home shopping list, but even better, there is a shopping annuity assessment and advisor to help you identify the items that you would convert over into your household. And then finally, we have many PDF downloads that are available for you to print out, whether it's on a product or it's on an aspect of the business. And you can find those in your back office. If you're searching by product, you will find that there will be those product brochures available. The next thing is you should really get familiar with your site. So you want to make sure that you're logging into your site every day, right? You're looking at how corporate has changed the backdrop, any specials that they're offering. Over the holiday season, there was that Master Pass incentive to save an additional 20% up to $20 off of every purchase that was made through our Shop Direct, and that was massive. That was a massive savings. So you want to get on there and get comfortable navigating your site, because the more comfortable you are, then the more comfortable you are showing someone how to get a deal, right? And I was talking to Nancy earlier today, and I said, Nancy, how we talk about this business is as a consumer first, because everybody we know is spending money to purchase things. The other thing that you want to do is you want to get comfortable with your unfranchised site. This is your back office. This is your administrative site that runs your business, okay? So you want to make sure that you know where you enter in all of your account information under My Account, and that you are comfortable placing an order. And if it's the first order you've ever placed on Market America products, then please reach out to someone in your upline to make sure that you're placing your volume correctly, because that's confusing the first few times. If you're starting to run reports early on, you're not going to see a lot, but once you get comfortable and the business is starting to grow and you're starting to convert over your spending, there are different reports that you can run to really show you some of that volume. There's additional downloads. There's ways to look up local trainings. So I just sponsored in Lucille recently, and she's down between Delaware and New Jersey. And we were looking up trainings close to her in New Jersey, because it's not likely that she's going to be in Connecticut anytime soon. So we plugged in her zip code into the GMTSS, and we found local trainings for her. That's exactly what we want to do when we partner up with someone who is not in our local area. And for many of us, we are building outside of our local areas, and which is just great. And since we're a global company, there's always opportunities to support our business partners. So you never want to share your back office email or password. There's really no reason to ever do that. And you also want to make sure that, you're managing your own unfranchised business. So when your Form 1000 is due, that's a quarterly requirement. You need to be aware and making sure that you're filing that form, okay? When you get the notification up in your alert box, which I'm going to go over notifications too, but when you see that alert, you should be reaching out. If you don't know what that is, reach out and say, what do I do? What does this mean? How do I do it? And you're going to get the support. I guarantee you will get the support from someone in this business to help you file that Form 1000. You should also have the Unfranchise mobile app downloaded to your computer, to your cell phone. This really allows us to be a mobile business, right? I love how Gary Rogers says, we're an online business platform. All you need is a cell phone and a laptop, right? We're completely portable. And you can sign a partner up from your phone, you can place an order through your phone, and you can run reports through your phone. So there's very few things that you can't do through your phone. So it's just great because, like earlier today, Brandy reached out and I had to run a quick report to check something for her, and I didn't have access to my computer, but we all always have our phones on us. So I was able to help her out on the fly. The other thing that came in your kit, and this is something that we're actually circling back to as a team. I spoke with Ryan and Karen today, a bunch of other senior leaders, and we are looking for the people who are really serious about growing their business. You need to reach out to your upline to make sure that you schedule a 20-minute appointment to go through your Getting Started guide to make sure that really some nuts and bolts that you might have just either missed or didn't care to pay attention to or just glossed over and didn't really understand what it meant. We're circling back to make sure that you have a few key points from this Getting Started catalog, okay? We really cover thoroughly a lot of this information in our videos through Directors Group U, but the videos are really meant to be a resource for the last resort. So if you launch somebody and then go on vacation tomorrow and you're not able to get them through the Getting Started guide, then you're going to send them over to watch some videos and then follow up with them when you're new, when you get back from vacation, so that your new partner feels supported early on in their business growth. And so these key items right here are what we're going to make sure that you are willing to check off and have a conversation with your senior partner about. So the first one, committing to your business for 12 months, that really to me speaks to the idea that we're not a get-rich-quick type of company, right? There's a lot of home-based businesses out there that you can get involved with, and they're typically retail-based, and you can make a great amount of money in a short period of time, and then what happens? It's really hard to sustain that income level. Our business is the inverse of that. And I say this to people all the time. Everything that you do in your first 2 to 3 years, all of the hours that you're investing, you're not getting paid out on in those first 2 to 3 years. But for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're getting paid out on multiple times because you took the time early on to create that stable business foundation. Are you willing to commit 8 to 15 hours per week to complete the tasks that are outlined in this plan? You may be. If you're not, if you're one of those people that has the 30 to 35 minutes a day to invest in this business, that's fine. We're going to work with you on those 30 to 35 minutes, how to best apply them to our system so that you can maximize what you can get out of the business. But like with anything, the more time you invest, the more you're going to get out of it. We also want to make sure that you have your ticket to the next scheduled event. We've got Miami. Then in March 10th, we have Ronnie Robertson coming into town to talk to us about business building. So we want to make sure that we get our team to that event. We want to implement the shopping annuity. See, this is your business. If anybody who was at our last local seminar heard Lenny Allen get up there and speak in his beautiful, lovely British accent, right, about how the shopping annuity is our business. We're going to be talking about during our fast track seminar at 8 here tonight about ways to grow off of our first week in the accountability. One of those ways is making sure that you're redirecting the money you're spending so that it's going to our partner stores and it's going toward our manufactured product, right? Because that's what gets you paid and that's what gets your team paid. And guess what? When your team starts earning money, they're even more invested in this business. So that's what we're all trying to do, is collaboratively share our earnings so that we're getting everybody in our organization paid. And by completing that shopping annuity assessment and the advisor that helps us identify what we're able to convert over, we're going to review those master unfranchised owner requirements, because if you're hitting the master UFO program every single quarter, then you are building your business and you will absolutely be a director in this business. It's guaranteed. And then we want to make sure that we're reviewing the shopping annuity master member program, which has replaced the SABP, and that everybody is listening to 2 audios a week. If you're on the fast track, which means you're putting in the 8 to 15 hours a week, you're listening to an audio a day. So the Master UFO program, you'll see I post when I hit that. And the reason why I do that is because I am a builder in this business and I'm a leader. And I am showing you that one of the ways I've become successful at building this business is by committing to the Master UFO program every single quarter. And to do that, you have to make sure that you have tickets to your next event and that you're redirecting your spending and you're sponsoring in your 2 people per quarter. And there's also additional challenges available for you to work towards. Bonnie Philo, you know, I loved when she said this yesterday. She said, you know, I've hit the chairman's challenge, which is the toughest challenge out there. She's hit that 13 times over the course of her 23 years in business. So what she said to us is she said, I had 33 times where I failed. And I'm still $1 million earner in this business. So it just goes to show you, you don't have to hit this every single time it's announced. But the more that you're aware and working towards these challenges, just like our local seminar challenges, you know, they're put in place to make sure that we're building our business and we're paying attention to the most important aspects of our business. The Unfranchise Media app, this is a free download to your phone. And so when you have this, you get to listen to Jim Winkler conduct the prospecting, duplicating, and accountability overview that he did at our regional this past November. That's what I listened to today. So I got to hear all about how Jim Winkler, our Vice President of Sales and Field Vice President, builds his business. What better to learn from, right? And then we have our additional sites that come as a part of our initial investment with our shop.com and Market America account, right? And these are always the site here / your site name. So if you're looking to send somebody to learn about isotonics, then you should do it through your isotonics site versus your shop site, right? Because they're going to get more focused information and be able to have a more customizable experience by going through this site. Here are some other sites you should be aware of with regard to resources and training. Unfranchised training, I send people to all the time. This is where you can get a ton of information from business building and getting started to our specific product lines. There's videos, there's PowerPoints. It's where you can find these slides. We also have our own YouTube channel. We have Meet On, which Ryan's been doing a lot of Meet Ons lately. You know, so it's just a great opportunity to be aware of these sites, and then make sure you have the shop.com app downloaded to your phone. This application allows you to do your shopping. See, if somebody asks you on the fly they asked me if Aeropostale was a partner store the other day, and I was like, I don't really know because I don't shop there, but lo and behold, it was. So I could just check it out on my phone pretty quickly. And then Shop Local. I love Carolyn Wilson has already posted about the Shop Local places to go to down in Miami. So thanks for looking out for the team. But here we're going to be eating out, so why not get paid to do it? And we did that last year. We all went out to lunch. We've got a picture of that and got paid to have time together and to feed our bellies. Then if you're interested in specific industry lines like Nutrimetrics, Debt Shredder, the web centers, for instance, here are some additional sites that you want to go to. There is a web center program that's launching soon. If anybody is interested in getting involved in that, Sarah Rose has made some posts. Reach out if you have any difficulty finding that 12-week program. But again, some great resources for you. So just moving on, some more information. So you're fully aware, you've all gone through this application process, which is step one to becoming an unfranchised owner. So at this point, everybody has their site up and running, and you know that this is how we have access to all of our Market America products at a wholesale price. And by starting our business this way, this allows us to participate in the management performance compensation plan. Again, we're not paid to add new partners, and I love telling people this. I don't get a paycheck if you join my business, but what we're doing is we're creating leverage, just like a franchise store would do, right? So when you apply into our business, what that means is we are opening up a business development center. We actually give you 3, which are identified by your unfranchised ID number, followed by a 3-digit extension. So we start you off with your 001, your 002, and your 003. We don't talk about your 002 and your 003 because they're really just ghost centers in the beginning. What we're having you do is get really comfortable building your left and right legs, right, of your 001 and establishing volume there. And then we'll get into opening up additional centers. So your sponsor is the person who brings you into this business. For me, that was Mike Williams, right? And he is the person that can place volume into my BDCs, okay? So either my 002 or my 003, it's up to him. And he is the person that is responsible for managing, supervising, training, keeping me motivated, right? And I giggle when I say this because we actually started on the same day. And so while he has been all of those things to me and more, we also relied on our upline. So many of you see, right now I'm working with Natasha. We've got Roscoe that just entered into the business. So we are working together. Natasha was the sponsor, but I'm working with Natasha as her sponsor to help duplicate this pattern and support her in the process, right? And so when we talk about placement, you want to make sure if you're bringing in a new partner into this business that you are connecting with someone in your upline to make sure that you're making the correct linkage in your business, okay? Because all of our UFOs are going to start in one of 2 locations. When you're personally sponsoring them, they're either going to be placed on your left side or on your right side of your business, okay? And it's really important for you to know what's your common leg and what's your inside leg. And that varies for all of us, okay? So here on this slide, you see that the sponsor sponsored in the new person, you right here, your 001, is on the left leg. So this person's common leg is their left leg, which means that their first personally sponsored partner is also going to go on the left leg. The second partner goes on the inside leg. And this is just part of the way our business was built, okay? So this is just one of the rules. And the inside leg piece, we're not able to build on the inside of our 002 and our 003. Those are our ghost centers right now. The new rule is until you have earned $13,500 on your 001. And the reason for that is to make sure that you are building your 001 so that it's stable and strong, and the people within your organization are also duplicating this business. See, for you to personally sponsor enough people to earn $13,500 in a 12-week period, you would need to personally sponsor hundreds of people. However, when you duplicate this business like it is meant to be built, It doesn't take as many partners, but what it does is it ensures that you're making sure your partners are getting paid, okay? And that's why in our business, in our team, you are seeing everybody hit pin levels, okay? We're working on getting people activated, hitting coordinator. We have so many people close to hitting coordinator and getting activated. It's all gonna happen all in one swoop. That's because we are building so quickly. And many people don't realize how quickly we're building until they attend an event and they talk to somebody out of our area and they come back to me and they say, Heidi, this person's been in the business for a couple of years and they're not even activated. And I say, I know, I realize that. That's why you guys have to understand we are very much ahead of the game, which is wonderful. And I'm proud of you guys for that. Here is what it looks like when you are registering a new partner, okay? You can do it through your back office. I recommend the better way to do this is how you guys all came in, is through join.unfranchise.com, okay? You can see here, these are all of the countries where we have partnered. Most recently, our newest territory is Malaysia. And we're going to continue to grow and expand. And that's really exciting that we can have partners globally. But this is what it looks like when your new partner is beginning the process. The only time we can actually see all of these tabs is when we're either looking at these slides or when we are going through the process sitting with the person. If you're doing this over the phone or virtually, you can't see their computer. So it's important for you to know that you have to give them your unfranchised distributor ID number to begin the process, and you need to know where you're placing this person within your organization. Again, you don't have to get this information on your own, but you want to make sure that you've consulted with a senior partner as you begin this process. We're also going to make sure that we welcome them into the business. They get an email from Unfranchise welcoming them into the business and then also giving them their ID and password. And then they get their Fast Start kit in the mail. And it's really important to go through what is in the kit because otherwise they get a whole bunch of product and they go, okay, well, what do I do with this? And especially if they're buying the Quick Start Kit, the one in the top left right here, we have a whole program on trial size marketing. And it's all based around this one box of 30 packets of the daily essentials. This one box can get your new partner to build their base 10 of customers within their 30 days of their first 30 days of being in this business. So if we don't take the time to introduce this concept and give them the option of doing that, then we're really doing them a disservice with what they have available to them. Also, if they don't know how to consume our vitamins, most people are not self-motivated enough to just go through the site and find all of the knowledge and the information that they need to be successful, or they get confused in the process. So they really need a lot of hand-holding in the beginning, and that's what we offer in our team, and that's, again, why people are so successful. So just to recap what comes when you start your business, you guys got your websites. We hook you into the audio training series, give you your getting started materials. We all just received the latest issue of our Unfranchise Owner magazine. That's awesome. You get to see the growth of the business. You get to see new information being shared. We also get those blogs and those emails. We just saw that the newest product is going to be a toothpaste, which is awesome because we all brush our teeth. So that's another instant conversion that we're able to make in our business. And we all have the best of the best available to us in terms of support and leadership. Something else to be mindful of, we do have the PayPal credit option for people, especially now it's right after the holidays. There are many people that are motivated and are ready now that it's the first of the year to start their business. They may not have all of the funds available. And so why not start your business with the PayPal credit option, because you get 6 months of 0% interest with no minimum payment, okay? And if you are approved for that, And there's additional funds that are granted to you. You can also invest perhaps in maybe a couple extra boxes of the daily essentials to create that retail base and then earn that initial investment back right away and pay off the credit before the 6 months is even up. We've supported people in the business that exact way. It's a great solution to money being a barrier for people to start. All right, and so then it's very strategic to, I believe this is John Brown, right? To announce your new business through social media. And how you do that is to be really excited to talk about your new business partner, to talk about, the path that your team is on. And listen, I post a lot about our team because I'm super proud of you guys. And when you see me post, especially hardcore numbers, I recently posted that we grew from year 1 to year 2, we grew 488%. People can't argue with numbers. When they tell me that I got lucky, I say, no, I'll break these numbers down for you. I will show you the 488% how we did this. But if you see me post something like that, that is a key for you to make the same post. I'm so happy to be partnered with such strong business leaders. We've already grown 488% in our first year of business. I'm so excited to see what we're going to do in the upcoming year because you know what? I guarantee you we will have better than 488% growth. And I also encourage you to go and speak with other business owners that you may know and ask them how much profit they made their first year in business. Actually, ask them their first 3 years. What was their growth and what was their projection moving forward? Most people can't answer the question, and if they can, it was lucky if they just met their bottom line to cover their expenses. Most people, their first 3 years in business do not make money. Okay, the next step is we need to make sure that we're creating BV and IBV. This is the name of the game. If you're not creating BV and IBV, then you are selling yourself short. If you're still going to CVS and you're buying Pantene, then you are missing out on an opportunity to make BV through our Fix and Royal Spa products. Okay, and we don't sacrifice any quality here. In fact, we've partnered with local salons because of the quality in our products, okay? The same is true with our skincare line, our cosmetic line, our vitamin supplement line. Ask anybody who's using the products. I mean, we heard a testimonial yesterday from Bonnie Philo about her son-in-law who is now, thank God, cancer-free. He is now in remission from brain and blood cancer. And you have to understand how OPC played a role in this gentleman's life. And if she hadn't been a part of this business, she wouldn't have known that this supplement could help reduce the growth rate of his cancer, okay? It's that significant, guys. We're making an impact. We're helping people. We're matching people to product and product to people. And for everything else that we're spending money on, we're doing it through our partner stores. I will not give Lowe's my money. Why? Because Home Depot is connected to our site. I can do in-store pickup. I can have it delivered to my house. I can get a Raise gift card if I want to. All of those reasons, I get myself paid and I get you paid. So when we share our paychecks in this business, okay, and legitly, if I didn't convert over as much as I have, you would not see your banks filling in as quickly as possible, which means that Nina wouldn't be creating the amount of volume that she's creating because she saw me create it first. The same is true with the other leaders in our business. We've got Erin creating a lot of volume, Lindsay creating volume, Brandy, Heidi, Kelsey, right? They're creating this volume because they've converted over and they're seeing the power of the shopping annuity. And when you see your banks filling in, not just from your own purchases, but from the rest of your team, that's when you go back to your potential partners and you say, listen, I just looked at my banks after being in this business for 1 month. Steve and Carrie had this experience. They said, we're almost ready for our first check and we really haven't done much. And I said, no, but that's the power of this business. See, we don't just get you paid once. We compound those earnings so that you are growing a business that's going to pay you exponentially for the rest of your life. Okay. And we have all the ways to create the BV and the IBV. So if you're struggling to do that, then let your senior leader know. We have the tools to plug you into so that it can become easier. That's why we all of us leaders do the shopping annuity advisor and the assessment at least once a quarter. We all do it. I guarantee you, I'll show you the proof. It's because there's always something more for us to learn. Now, something we take very, very seriously, and I am so proud of JR and Lauren for following up on all of the people who have fraudulently posted our products through sites like Amazon and eBay and other sites like that. We have shut down people's Market America business centers for doing this, okay? Because it is illegal. It is against the ethics that you sign off on when you start this business. It's the first thing that you read when you go through the Partner Now launch process is where you vow that you are not going to duplicate this business in a fraudulent way or sell any products so that they are available on any other site other than your shop.com portal. Okay, so please be aware. If you see this happening, please report it to your upline. If you see a partner doing this, we want to know because we need to have conversations with those people. The next thing you need to know is the difference between a traditional annuity and a shopping annuity. Again, we're going to be talking about how you introduce this business to people at our 8 o'clock overview. But one of the ways that some people have found it to be successful is through talking about annuities, right? And so a traditional annuity requires that you have discretionary funds to invest that will eventually pay you out some fixed sum of a payment at a future date, okay? How a shopping annuity is different is it doesn't require discretionary income. It's taking the money that you're already spending and those dollars turn into investment dollars and create that fixed sum payment that starts paying you out today. Those dollars are also combined with your teammates' dollars, right? So that's how we share our paychecks here. And those dollars contribute to your residual income, okay? So the shopping annuity really begins by number one, we create our own BV and IBV, okay? So we need every week, you should commit to trying a new BV product. Why? Because you want to be able to speak to the different products. I've tried 3 out of the 4 skincare lines at this point. Why? Because I want to be able to speak to the differences, okay? The more I can speak to the different components from my own experience, the better I'm able to develop a customer base, okay? We also want to make sure that we're creating our IBV through our partner stores. So as often as I can, you know, my husband said, oh, did we order tissues anytime, you know, recently? I said, yep, I got them through Boxed and they're going to be on their way. They should be here tomorrow, okay? He knows not to go to the grocery store and buy a single thing without checking to make sure we can get it through our site first. And then we're creating that duplication. So when someone says to me, you know, yeah, I do my typical shopping at Stop and Shop, I'll sit there and say, okay, that's great that you got the gift card for Stop and Shop, but how can you split up your order? Now I want you to just focus on your fresh groceries from Stop and Shop, and I want you to look at all of your non-perishables to your Boxed or your Jet or your Shop Direct, which gives amazing deals and many times free shipping, especially if you have an order over $50. And then we're looking to create that volume with our customers as well. Again, look at Erin's post the other day. She reached out during the snowstorm to her customers and she created an order. Here is the Shopping Annuity Master Member. You're seeing right now bonus BV being shared from the SABP. This is what has replaced the SABP. If you are hitting the Shopping Annuity Master Member program every quarter, that means that you are really living and breathing your business. So go to your back office, run this report, and look at where you stand so far in this quarter. I do this. Leaders also check in on their downlines so we can see where there's potential for some improvement and where to further maximize your shopping annuity. This is what it looks like when you run that report. Okay, another way to maximize your BV, you can apply for the shop.com credit card. It will give you 1% BV on every purchase. That's BV, not IBV. There's no annual fee, 0% APR, and you receive a 50 BV bonus when you spend $500 in 3 months. So we can all do that very easily, even just with our grocery bills, because we can pay for our online purchases with our shop.com MasterCard as well. And this is where you would do that in your back office. Make sure if you're applying for one of these that you take a referral from your upline, because that is one of the requirements for Chairman's Challenge, just so that you're aware. So we're trying to get as many leaders hit that challenge as possible. So let us know. You can apply for that, and you can also run a report on your Black Card as well to see how much volume you're getting, how many BV points you're getting from your purchases. Okay, you can see every single transaction on your card. All right, and we also have a card for all of our customers as well. And you would receive a 50 BV bonus for having them open up a card, but they can earn cash back, 3% on the Market America products and 1% on all other purchases. So guess what? If you've got a really loyal customer, why not offer them some additional cash back to continue to be one of your customers? That's a great incentive. So when we talk about being a product of the product, what we mean by that is you better have this product in your home and you better be using it. So I know when you guys come to my house for trainings, you see the Royal Spa shower gel. I set that up actually as a hand soap in my bathrooms. You see the Snap laundry detergent and fabric softeners, the cleaning products you see around. If you've been in my shower, which that's kind of weird, but that's fine. If you wanted to check it out and make sure that I talk the talk and walk the walk, you would see all of those fixed products too, right? And the trim tea and the isotonic vitamins, all of that stuff, right? And we make our Marley coffee every single day. When you use this stuff, then you can turn around and talk about it and show people how to get great deals. You can offer them coupon codes. You can show them the quality of our product, right? I mean, I have yet to have a business partner come into this business and tell me that they are really disappointed in the products. I don't hear that. I may hear that one skincare line might not be for them, and so we find the right one, or maybe they like the smell of one shampoo over another, but we're able to find them the right product for them. We also want to make sure we know how to share pages. Thank you, April Rashat, for sharing this info at our last local. You can't just copy and paste the browser address. You actually have to scroll down and link to the page. That will guarantee that when people click on the link, they go to your exact page where you are the shop consultant, and they don't get sort of purposed to another shop.com owner, okay? All right. We also want to make sure that we're not being like every other home-based business out there saying, hey, look at this great product. PM me if you want to buy it, and I'll get you some more information, right? Nobody wants to be heckled or hassled or receive false or misleading claims about the products. Instead, what we want to do is we want to share the testimonials. We want to share our personal experiences. We want to share, I said this to Nancy today, we want to talk about products like we would talk about the most recent movie we saw at the movie theater that we just loved and had to go back and see a second time, okay? Because when we talk that way, we're not suggesting that they buy it. We're just really excited because we went to the movies and saw an awesome movie, and we're recommending that they go see it too, right? People are more apt to listen to that information than they would be to listen to your pitch, if you will, just trying to get their attention. You want to make sure that when you're shopping through your site that you're signed in. When you're signed in, it's going to say hello, whoever you are. So it says, hello, Heidi, when I'm signed in, and it tells me how much money I have in cash back. This makes sure that I'm going to earn the IBV and the cash back from all of the shopping that I do. If I happen to go to my account here to look up my cashback activity, I can see all of my shopping trips that are logged. So any place where I went to Raise, for instance, and earned 60 cents in cash back, it gives me the date of my shopping trip, and it also gives the shopping trip ID. Sometimes you also see cashback is pending or has not yet been awarded. So if you're looking for something, that's where you would check. You can also check your online shopping trips to see where you've shopped in the last 30 days, for instance. And sometimes the hyperlink is not available yet. That means that it hasn't yet processed in the system. If you're not seeing your shopping trip after 7 days, you're calling corporate to say, hey, what's going on? I want to check in on this. It's logged in my account, but I want to make sure that I'm getting the award that I deserve. The same is true if someone else were to shop on your site. You're going to see their purchases as well. And so here's what I mean by you may see the cashback awarded, you may see it pending, you may see that it's been redeemed already. So here's where you can run that report and see what it is you've earned. Okay. All right. All cash back. Let me just go back to that for one quick second. You can have this directly deposited into your bank account. This is how you would do it under cashback activity. Otherwise, you can apply it to your purchase, whichever you choose. There's no right or wrong way. It's just a personal preference. And so for more information about creating volume, these are the different trainings or resource links you want to get to get more information. If you haven't been to a product symposium or a local seminar that really incorporates a lot of product knowledge, you need to get there. Because when you hear these testimonials, I mean, I contacted a friend of mine today, her father has cancer, and just because when I heard that testimonial yesterday from Bonnie, I couldn't not reach out, right? I want to help. We also, it's really helpful for you to be aware of all of our products, what the UFO wholesale cost is versus the suggested retail price. This gives you an idea of the retail commission you can make through retailing. Most people who come in and say, I'm never going to retail, end up retailing by accident. There is a way to create a sales tax ID within your state. If that's something you're interested in, you can visit your state government site to learn how to do that. There's also a way to reduce your taxes and admin fees through setting up not only the tax ID piece, but also having an iTransact account. If you're going to Miami and you're interested in iTransact, wait until you get to Miami because there will be specials available for you there, and you can get more information and go through that directly with our vendor rep there. But it's basically a way, if you're doing a lot of retailing, that you can save some additional information, additional funds rather, and make sure that you have all of that sales tax documentation on file for when you need to file your taxes. So in terms of record keeping, speaking of taxes, I recommend always seeking some professional guidance and help. But you want to track your expenses, and here's a nice list of just some of the expenses you have access to in this business if you are really, getting involved in the business. If you're going to Miami, that is a tax write-off. Your $200 ticket, your airfare, your hotel, your food, your any resources you purchase while you're down there, any promotional materials, you get what I'm saying. So that's even more reason to go. Even if it costed you $1,000 to get to the conference, you're able to really deduct 30% of that or reduce the expense by 30% by making that a tax deduction. Step 3 in the process of launching a new partner is when we qualify their banks. This is really super important. This is where we validate those banks in the auto ship tab, and we make sure that we push 200 BV through their banks so that they can immediately start accruing volume from the team. And what better a reward than when you have a brand new partner come on board than to immediately give them some volume so that they can see the power of this business, right? So we have our personal volume and our group volume. The personal volume is the volume we generate ourselves, right? The group volume is all of the volume that's created within the group. So if I've sponsored you in and I share my personal volume down with you, in your bank, it shows up as group volume. In my bank, it's my personal volume. Make sense? It's just, again, more acronyms for you to be aware of in this business. So we also, again, I'm not going to get into more detail, but we all have a start date, and then we all have a qualification date. Our start date is what triggers our qualification date. Our Q date is always a Friday. It's the Friday after the date that we started. That is how our auto ships are calculated. There's a lot more information on this, but that's in the whole NUOT. I'm not doing the whole NUOT tonight. I'm just giving you the information that you need to make sure that you're successful right off the bat. But your auto ship starts your 3rd month in the business. And so that date is generated by your Q date, and that's where you want to make sure the Thursday before that auto ship date, you have gone in and adjusted your auto ship order, and that your credit card on file is up to date, meaning your expiration date and all of that is up to date, so that that auto ship can be processed. If your auto ship is not processed, according to when it needs to be pulled, you become at risk for a red flush, okay? If your auto ship is more than the 50 BV and the 10 IBV, you want to make sure you place the excess in your 002 or 003. Again, consult your upline leadership here. You also want to make sure your accrual protection is checked just to prevent a red flush from happening. But what a red flush is when your personal volume will reset to 0 for not completing the 50 BV and the 10 IBV and paying for your $20 back office each month. And listen, you guys may say, what? That's not fair, but I'm going to tell you it is fair, absolutely fair, because what should allow you to accrue volume from me and the rest of this team while you get to sit back and do nothing? That wouldn't be fair, right? And it wouldn't be fair for you to then be able to get paid out on that volume while you're not doing your monthly transfer buy and the rest of your organization is. And so that's the reason why we have a red flush in place, and your leader will make sure and help you keep an eye on that in the beginning to make sure you're aware of your auto ship date. You can go into your back office, pull up my account, you can pull up ordering and then go to auto ship and it will show you the date. You also want to be aware of your Form 1000 date. So pull that up as well and look at when that is due. because every quarter we are responsible for filing this form unless you have customers going automatically to your unfranchised business account to purchase their product. Then the form is automatically sent and completed by corporate, okay? So once you've completed the Form 1000, you're going to see that the requirement is met. It comes up in green and you are good to go. All right, a couple more things that we're going to go through. The auto renewal piece, you want to make sure that that is selected. Finally, the purge. This is where not only will your banks be reset to 0, but you also are at risk of any group volume that is shared with you. That's if you do not complete your auto ship. That is if you do not complete your renewal. That's if you become completely inactive, meaning that you don't file your Form 1000. Those are really your 3 responsibilities, and the team helps you stay on top of those things, but you want to make sure that you're staying on top of these things every month, okay? After you purge, which if you've ever done it, Gary Rogers says, I purged one time in this business and I'll never do it again. You have to re-qualify your banks. I'm not going to get into detail about it because we're running out of time. If you want any specific notifications on your account, you can opt in for text message notifications. I suggest you do this. I get them also for the team, just so that I can, just help you guys be successful. The 4th step is when we activate you, meaning we get your left and your right leg established in the business, allowing you to get paid out on your commissions. And once you're active here, we are making sure that we're filling in both sides of your banks, right? But until you're activated, your volume on your inside leg, so the opposite of your common leg, cannot go over 1,200. If it does, you will forfeit that first $300 check. So please make sure that you are not getting that volume over, I say 1,000, but it can't go over 1,200. So these are your objectives when you first get into business. This is what we're going to go over in those 20-minute getting started materials and coaching calls that I suggest all of you sign up for. And we've gone over, this is how you're earning your commissions. Our system tracks all of the volume, looks at how your banks are filling in, and this is what it looks like to earn a weekly earning of $3,000 a week per business center. This is the slide about the forfeit of the first $300 check. Other reasons for a forfeit would be that you become inactivated, or you do not file your Form 1000, or you have not completed your ECCT training, okay? So again, this is why we've got everything mapped out. We're all doing these things within our first year. Here are some recommended strategies for building your business. We go over all of this in all of our videos and our coaching calls. And our first goal for you is to get activated and hit coordinator. From there, you're all going to hit executive coordinator, meaning you've gone through the pay cycle. And then there are additional levels that you will become more familiar with, all the way up to international field vice president. So that's it, guys. This is the end of the new Unfranchise Owner Training. I hope you found this helpful. And I hope, I really do, that you're all making the investment of your business and you're getting to Miami. Even if it's just for 2 days of the conference, you're still going to learn more than what you will learn in the next 12 minutes in your business by taking a couple of days and getting down to Miami and learning from the best of the best at World Convention. So I so appreciate your time this evening, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a good night.